listening to Feliz Navidad because every time that song played, I knew it was Christmas.
Being in the military for 8 years, you're not really with a lot of your family members for the holidays. So when Christmas comes around, I cherish it the most because I get to spend it with my family nowadays.
I think my favorite holiday memory is just how hard my parents kept up with keeping things very traditionally. So even when my brother and I were still in high school, we would do the milk and cookies thing the night before, set the little plate out by the tree, and the next morning there would be a bite out of the cookie and the milk.
One of my favorite memories as a child growing up, I grew up in the East Coast, in the Northeast in Rhode Island, and my favorite memories were waking up Christmas morning to having snow on the ground and having a fire going in the stove.
Up in New Jersey, it was probably visiting Rockefeller Center in New York.
Christmas memory of mine, it's actually kind of a tradition at our house where my mom and dad would give all 4 of the kids Nerf guns, and we'll run around the house shooting each other. And this continues on to this day.
My favorite all-time Christmas memories was when I worked in New York City, and I was a resident just a few blocks away from the hospital, and it was Christmas morning in a snowstorm, and traffic wasn't really moving, and they called me in for an English setter that was having a hard time giving birth to puppies. So I went in and walked into the snowstorm, through the snowstorm, got to the hospital and delivered 14 English setter puppies on Christmas morning.
My favorite holiday memory is going to Disneyland every year in December. We were a family of 6, so we always had a lot of fun, and it was always a blast.
Religion doesn't celebrate Christmas. That doesn't mean that I don't celebrate Christmas myself. So our Christmas tradition is Christmas Eve, Chinese food, followed by the movies.
Putting up ornaments, looking at all of them, all of the ones that have special memories. The baby ornament from the first year.
The Christmas holiday is mainly just getting together with family. The food, of course. Love food. That's one of my favorites. Not as much as receiving gifts, but the excitement of getting gifts for others and looking at their excitement when they get their gifts for me. And that's probably my favorite.
Is to eat everything, mostly tamales.
What makes my holiday special is where I come from. We do a tradition of making bizcochitos, which is a sugar cookie that's normally made for weddings and major holidays in my state.
And looking at all the Christmas lights, and they always have popcorn and hot chocolate.
So one of my favorite holiday activities is to light the menorah with my kids and to play dreidel games. They always come up with some interesting rules, as little boys are wont to do, and we have lots of fun playing for a long time.
So every Christmas Eve, we all have our Christmas Eve pajamas as our gift that we open, and I hope that my children will continue to have that as our ritual also.